Dear students, today in this lecture we are going to study about the another measuring instrument, which is micrometer screw gauge. This instrument is utilized or fabricated to measure the identifying samples which could not be accurately measured with the help of vernier calipers and our regular scale. And this micrometer screw gauge is the combination of the vernier scale and one round regular scale. So in this particular video we are going to study about its construction, and we will also find out an equation to identify the least count of measurement for this particular instrument. So this is the construction of micrometer screw, where you can see this U-shape frame has been fabricated to analyze the round scale over the vernier scale. This is the anvil and this is the spindle between which your sample, here the thickness D have been taken. So either you can take the smallest investigating sample to identify its thickness, unknown thickness small d. Here is the sleeve where main scale is recorded. Here the circular, or you can say rotating scale, is recorded, where it is further connected by a thimble and a ratchet through which a more accurate thickness level can be adjusted. This anvil and spindle contact can be adjusted either by this thimble, and more accurately it can be adjusted by this ratchet. So this nomenclature figure you have to draw in your GTU examination, and this U frame symbol or this particular frame has been designed for the purpose of maintaining the proper contact. And if your investigating sample is depth in the height, so this much space has been left for that, and this particular sleeve will have main scale, and this rotating scale has the vernier scale recorded over it. So now we will switch over to find out its least count of measurement. So what are the major differences we have observed between vernier and micrometer screw gauge? So number one, here we will have a thimble and ratchet for the adjustment, where in that case we have one adjustable screw. So this was the major difference, and in this case main scale and rotating, that means the vernier scale, are in horizontal contact with each other, whereas in the vernier calipers this main scale and the vernier scale were vertically arranged to each other. So how to find out the least count of the measurement? So as we all know that this is your main scale, this is just for example they have mentioned, and this is the rotating scale. So in the rotating scale, first of all we will find out the pitch of the micrometer divided by the total number of circular scale division. So the linear scale is of 0.5 millimeter markings, and hence we can convert this for this particular rotating scale having 0.01 millimeter markings. So here 0.5 is there and here 50 is there. So 0.5 divided by 50 is equal to 1 over 100. So that is equal to 0.01 millimeter, which is the least count of measurement for this micrometer screw, where this is your main scale and this is your vernier scale. Further you can write down the another unit for length, that is in centimeter. So least count of micrometer screw gauge will be 0.001 centimeter. So this particular calculation clearly suggests that micrometer screw gauge is more accurate in comparison to the vernier calipers, because if we recall the least count of vernier scale, which was 0.01 centimeter, whereas in micrometer screw gauge we have the least count of 0.001 centimeter. So we can say that micrometer screw gauge is very precise instrument. Here now we will discuss some precautions to be carried out while taking the observations with the help of micrometer screw gauge. So first of all, we have to select the correct range of measurement which will be good enough to measure with the dimension of selected micrometer screw gauge. Now see, commercially available micrometer screw gauge have their different list counts of measurement which you have to identify or you have to procure from your area of interest. Next, sorry, the next important point is we have to check for zero error by bringing the anvil and spindle into contact. So here in this case, when anvil and spindle are in good contact with each other, this zero should be in alignment with the zero of this round scale. Moreover, retract the spindle to create a gap between the fixed anvil and the spindle tip so that the micrometer can be easily applied to the workpiece dimension. The workpiece is placed between the anvil and spindle by ensuring that the dimensions to be measured is along the axis of the spindle. Let the spindle make contact with the workpiece. Use only the ratchet and not the limbal. So when they are in the good contact, anvil and spindle are in good contact with the investigating sample, we have to use it ratchet instead of this thimble for proper alignment. Next, when the spindle is brought into contact with the work at correct measuring pressure, the clutch starts slipping and no further movement of the spindle takes place by rotation of ratchet. Now lock the spindle using the locking knob which has been connected over here. This is your locking knob. Now the reading on the barrel is noted down, which corresponds to the main scale reading that is just cleared by the edge of the thimble. Then the reading on the thimble corresponding to the pitch scale reading which is to be noted, and then the value on the thimble scale which is coinciding with the reference on the barrel. So first of all, we have to use the proper contacting between them. Suppose in this particular case, if we look at, so here it is approximate reading of 7 is over here, approximately 7 is your main scale reading. Here the vernier we have to observe, and it is in good contact with the 13 number of divisions. So 13 into its least count of measurement which is in centimeter. Right now both the scales, main scale and rotating scales, are recorded in centimeter. So we have the reading like 7 plus 13 into 0.001. So we have the main scale reading 7 centimeter plus rotating scale into vernier calipers list count. So 13 into 0.001 which is equal to 0.013. So we have this much thickness, unknown D is 7.013 centimeter at this particular condition. Okay, so this way we can carry out many extra measurements of unknown thickness of the sample. Now for measuring the error inside your measurement, you can repeat the same experiment for several number of times and then you can take mean the similar process which we have earlier carried out in the experiment of vernier calipers. Moreover, if you need to precisely analyze the error which may be due to the systematic or random process, you can analyze this factor of standard deviation using this equation. So this way we can have the observation table for your micrometer screw gauge experiment for set of observation numbers, main scale reading, vernier scale reading, then the list count which will be common for all the sets, then the total reading is main scale reading plus vernier calipers into the list vision, that is the rotating scale, and we will take mean and standard deviation over here. So this way we can perform the experiment using this micrometer screw gauge, which is very important. So in this particular video we have gone through its construction, moreover with its definition of this list count of measurement, which is pinch of micrometer divided by total number of circular scale division. So we have seen the difference in the list count equation for vernier as well as micrometer. We have also gone through some different parts of this micrometer screw gauge which have their respective usage in the measurement formula. We have also gone through some precautions which we have to follow while taking the observations by performing the experiment. So this particular question can be asked either in two ways. Number one, that nomenclature construction can be asked in your 7 marks question. Okay, so you have to be prepared for that. Or some numbers will be given for this equation. Either from these 3 parameters, 2 parameters will be given to you, and the remaining unknown parameter you have to determine using this equation. So this way the list count examples can be asked either in 3 or 4 marks in view of your GTU examination. I hope that this theoretical approach of construction and list count of measurement for micrometer screw gauge is now clear in your mind, and now it will be easier for you to perform this actual experiment in your physics laboratory. So I hope that this particular topic is clear in your mind. So thanks for visiting this lecture.